वासुदेवाय. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottama. Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Udiret. Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhakti Bhavati Nishtiki. Hare Krishna. Today we continue Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, chapter 1st, the first step in God realization. Shloka number 24 and 25. विशेष तस्य देह अयम्
विशेषः तस्य देह अयम्
स्तविष्टः च स्तवीयसाम्
स्थविष्टः च स्थवीयसाम्
यत्र इदं व्यज्यते विश्वम्
यत्र इदं व्यज्यते विश्वम्
भूतं भव्यं भवच्च सत्
भूतं भव्यं भवच्च सत्
अंडकोशे शरीरे
अण्डकोशे शरीरे अस्मिन्
अस्मिन् सप्त आवरण संयुते
सप्त आवरणसंयुते
वैराजः पुरुषः य असौ
वैराजः पुरुषः यः असौ
भगवान् धारणा आश्रय
भगवान् धारणा आश्रयः
विशेषः तस्य देह अयम्
विशेषः तस्य देहायम्
स्तविष्टः च स्तवीयसाम्
स्थविष्टः च स्थवीयसाम्
यत्र इदं व्यज्यते विश्वम्
यत्र इदं व्यज्यते विश्वम्
भूतं भव्यं भवच्च सत्
भूतं भव्यं भवच्च सत्
अंडकोशे शरीरे अस्मिन्
अण्डकोशे शरीरे अस्मिन्
सप्त आवरण संयुते
सप्त आवरणसंयुते
वैराजः पुरुषः य असौ
वैराजः पुरुषः यः असौ
भगवान् धारण आश्रयः
भगवान् धारण आश्रयः
विशेषः तस्य देह अयम्
विशेषः तस्य देहायं स्थविष्टः च
स्तविष्टः च स्तवीयसाम्
स्थविष्टः च स्थवीयसाम्
यत्र इदं व्यज्यते विश्वम्
यत्र इदं व्यज्यते विश्वम्
भूतं भव्यं भवत च सत्
भूतं भव्यं भवत् च सत्
अंडकोशे शरीरे अस्मिन्
अण्डकोशे शरीरे अस्मिन्
सप्त आवरण संयुते
सप्त आवरणसंयुते
वैराज पुरुषाय असौ
वैराजः पुरुषः यः असौ
भगवान् धारण आश्रयः
भगवान् धारणा आश्रयः
हरे कृष्ण
हरे कृष्ण विशेषः तस्य देह अयं स्तविष्टः च स्थवीयसाम् यत्र इदं व्यज्यते विश्वं भूतं भव्यं भवच्च यत् यन्धकोशे शरीरे अस्मिन् सप्त आवरणसंयुते वैराजः पुरुषः यः असौ भगवान् धारणा आश्रयः
Translation and purport by the Srila Prabhupada. This gigantic manifestation of the phenomenal material world as a whole is personal body of the absolute truth, wherein the universal resultant past, present, and future of material time is experienced. The gigantic universal form of the personality of Godhead within the body of the universal shell, which is covered by sevenfold material elements, is the subject for the Virāṭ conception purport. Anything either material or spiritual is but an expansion of the energy of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and as stated in the Bhagavad Gita 13.13, the omnipotent Lord has his eyes, heads, and other bodily parts distributed everywhere. He can see, hear, touch, or manifest himself anywhere and everywhere. For he is present everywhere as the super soul of all infinitesimal souls, although He has his particular abode in the absolute world. The relative world is also his phenomenal representation because it is nothing but an expansion of his transcendental essence. Just as the sun is localized as well as expanded everywhere. Since the rays of the sun, being non-different from the sun, are accepted as expansions of the sun disk in the Vishnu Purana 1.22.52, it is said that as fire expands its rays and heat from one place, similarly, the Supreme Spirit, the Personality of Godhead, expands himself by his manifold energy everywhere and anywhere. The phenomenal manifestation of the gigantic universe is only a part of his Virat body. Less intelligent men cannot conceive of the transcendental all spiritual form of the Lord, but they are astounded by his different energies, just as the aborigines are struck with wonder by the manifestation of lightning, a gigantic mountain, or a hugely expanded banyan tree. The aborigines praise the strength of the tiger and elephant because of their superior energy and strength. The Asuras cannot recognize the existence of the Lord, although there are vivid descriptions of the Lord in the revealed scripture. Although the Lord incarnates and exhibits his uncommon strength and energy, and although he is accepted as the supreme personality of Godhead by learned scholars and saints like Vasdeva, Narada, Asit, and Devan in the past, and by Arjuna in the Bhagavad Gita, as also by the acharyas like Shankara Ramanuja, Madhva, and learned Sri Chaitanya in the modern age. The Asuras do not accept any evidential proof from the revealed scriptures, nor do they recognize the authority of the great acharyas. They want to see with their own eyes at once. Therefore, they can see the gigantic body of the Lord as Virat, which will answer their challenge. And since they are accustomed to paying homage to superior material strength like that of the tiger, elephant, and lightning, they can offer respect to the Virāṭ-rūpa, Lord Krishna, by the request of Arjuna exhibited his Virāṭ-rūpa for the Asuras, a pure devotee of the Lord, being unaccustomed to looking into such a mundane, gigantic form of the Lord, requires special vision for the purpose. The Lord therefore favored Arjuna with special vision for looking into his Virat Rup, which is described in the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita. This Virat Rup of the Lord was especially manifested not for the benefit of Arjuna, but for the unintelligent class of men who accept anyone and everyone as an incarnation of the Lord and also mislead the general mass of people. For them, the indication is that one should ask the chief incarnation to exhibit his Virat Rup and thus he be established as an incarnation. The Virat Rup manifestation of the Lord is simultaneously a challenge to the atheist and a favor for the Asuras who can think of the Lord as Virat and thus gradually cleanse the dirty things from their hearts in order to become qualified to actually see the transcendental form of the Lord in the near future. This is a favor of all merciful Lord to the atheist and gross materialist. Simultaneously, the Lord has multifarious other forms, and all of them are identical with original potent form of the Lord, Sri Krishna. In the Bhagavad Gita, it has been proven that original transcendental and eternal form of Lord is Sri Krishna, the absolute personality of Godhead, by his inconceivable internal potency, Atma Maya. He can expand himself by multifarious forms and incarnations simultaneously without being diminished in his full potency. He is complete, and although innumerable complete forms emanate from him, he is still complete without any loss. That is his spiritual or internal potency. In the 11th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita, the personality of Godhead, Lord Krishna, manifested his Virat Rup just to convince the less intelligent class of men who cannot conceive of the Lord as appearing just like a human being, that he actually has the potency of his claim to be the supreme absolute person without any rival or superior. Materialistic man can think, although very imperfectly, of the huge universal space comprehending an innumerable number of planets as big as the sun. They can see only the circular sky overhead without any information that this universe, as well as many other hundreds of thousands of universes, are each covered by sevenfold material coverings of water, air, fire, air, sky, ego, nomenon, uh, and material nature, just like a huge football, pumped and covered, floating on the water of the causal ocean, wherein the Lord is lying as Mahavishnu. All the universes in seed are emanating from the breathing of the Mahavishnu, who is but part of a partial expansion of the Lord, and all the universes presided over by the Brahma. Brahmas vanish when the Mahavishnu withdraw his great breath. In this way, the material words are being created and vanished by supreme will of the Lord. The poor foolish materialist can just imagine how ignorantly he puts forward an insignificant creature to become his rival incarnation simply on allegations of a dying man. The Virāṭ-rūpa was particularly exhibited by Lord just to give lesson to such foolish men so that one can accept a person as incarnation of Godhead only if such a person is able to exhibit such a Virāṭ-rūpa as Lord Krishna did. The materialistic person may concentrate his mind upon the Virat or gigantic form of the Lord in his own interest and as recommended by Shukdev Goswami, but he must be on his guard not to be misled by pretenders who claim to be the identical person as Lord Krishna but are not able to act like him or exhibit Virat Rup, comprehending the whole of the universe. Om Jnanatimirandasya ध्यानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरोः श्रीयुतपदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवाञ्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातं सगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजन सहितं कृष्ण चैतन्य देव श्री राधा कृष्ण पादान सगण ललिता श्री विशाखान्वितांच नमो ओम विष्णुपदाय कृष्ण पृष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामीन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वते देवे गौरवाणी प्रचारिणे निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात देशतारिणे वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंद हरे हरे कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम हरे राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्ण 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे uh, we try to understand Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 2nd, chapter 1st, shloka number 24 and 25. Here they're describing about the uh, uh, gigantic manifestation of the phenomenal material world as the body of the absolute truth. They comparing the supreme personality to the Virāṭ-rūpa. They describe about the Virāṭ-rūpa. And in uh, shloka 25, they describing this universal form, which is Virāṭ-rūpa, that is within the body of the universal shell, who is covered by sevenfold material elements that Virat conception is describing, and how we No, this is incarnation of Supreme Personality of Godhead, or that is so called. Prabhuji will tell us is nicely in detail. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarvecha kripa sindhubhevcha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavabhyo namo namah. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare. So Sut Goswami tells Parikshit Maharaj that the gigantic manifestation of this whole material world as a whole actually is the personal body of absolute truth, that is Krishna, wherein the past, the present, the future of the time is experienced simultaneously. And this gigantic universal form is actually within the universal shell, which is covered by the sevenfold material elements. And this is the subject of Virat conception. Something similar was told to Arjuna by Śrī Kṛṣṇa, wherein he said, Neyam yat tattva pravakshyami yat dhnatva amritamashnute anahadim atparam brahma na satatan na asat uchyate. So Krishna says, I shall now explain the knowledge, knowable, knowing which you will taste the eternal. Brahman, the spirit beginningless and subordinate to me, lies beyond the cause and effect of this material world. So thereafter, Krishna goes on to explain about the field of activities, the knower of the field. In fact, in Vedic literature also it is mentioned, na jayate mriyate va vipaschita, that the knower of the body is never born and never dies, and he is full of knowledge. So Krishna is the super soul of everything. Pradhana Kshetrajna Pati Gunesha, the chief knower of the body, the master of the three modes of material nature. In Smriti also it is mentioned, Dasa Bhuto Hare Eva Na Anyasya Eva Kadachana. The living entities are eternally in the service of Krishna. And even Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has confirmed here. And so the description in relation to the individual soul is to be understood that it is regarding Vijnana Brahma and not Ananda Brahma. So here, Rupa Goswami ji, um, Jiv Hare Krishna, Shukdev Goswami ji is trying to make Parikshit Maharaj in detail understand about the object of meditation. And to start with, he's clearing that all manifestations are nothing but energies of the Lord. And this is very, very clear. The sun disk is localized, but its rays are spread everywhere. Similarly, Krishna remains in his abode, yet his energies pervade all. So the Virāṭ-rūpa that is being talked about is actually for the less intelligent. It is revealed for those who cannot comprehend the Lord's eternal spiritual form. And who are such people? The Asuras, the atheists, who simply demand to see God. They respect gigantic power. And so Krishna reveals cosmic form for them. The Virāṭ-rūpa then becomes a challenge to the atheists, favor to the Asuras. But look at Arjuna, the divine vision, the purpose behind it, which we understand in the 11th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Shloka 8, 10, and 11. Krishna gave Arjuna the Drivya Drushti to witness the universal form, not because Arjuna wanted it, but because Krishna wanted to establish evidence for future generations. In 8th verse, Krishna says, You cannot see me with your present eyes, therefore I give you divine eyes. And 10th shloka he says, By my mystic power, behold my opulence. But the devotees, they prefer to see Krishna in the two-armed form. They are not attracted by the impersonal or the opulent display of Virāṭ-rūpa. They simply love the sweet personal form, Shama Sundar. Cowherd boys, friends, parents of Krishna, everyone served him in intimate loving exchanges, often forgetting that he is Krishna, the Supreme Lord. In 10th chapter, we see the references, the playmates of Krishna after many births attain such association. So the Virāṭ-rūpa is just a test for imposters. Krishna showed to set a criteria. If someone claims to be a god, they must reveal their Virāṭ-rūpa. Ask them to show that Virāṭ-rūpa. To verify my divine claims, Arjuna desired to see that universal form. And the other reason is Mayavadi's rejection of the personal form of Krishna. In Adi Leela, 7th chapter, we understand that the Mayavadis deny the Lord's personal form by describing him as formless. It is indirectly insulting Krishna, calling him blind, deaf, dumb. That is why Mayavadis are Asuram Bhavam Ashritan. They reject the form of Krishna. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu did meet them in Banaras. Prahlad Maharaj also faced atheists in ancient times, but they overcame and established that bhakti is most important. So spiritual success lies in creating pure devotee, one pure devotee. If one person is converted into pure devotee, the life mission is fulfilled. Bhaktisiddhanta Saraswati Thakur used to say that even if all temples and mathas are lost, but one soul becomes a pure devotee, the mission is complete. The real vision is preaching the Sankirtana movement. Higher ambition is to see disciples preach the holy name, deliver others. We must become Goshti Anandi, a preacher, like Prahlad Maharaj, who lamented for those who were without Krishna consciousness. In 7th canto, we are going to be studying it in detail, wherein Prahlad Maharaj says, I am not distressed for myself, I chant and am satisfied, but I lament for those who forget you. So the essence of devotional life is not merely internal, bhajana anandi, but includes reaching out to others, goshti anandi. Every devotee should contribute to spreading the message, creating welcoming uh, communities, engaging newcomers, and remembering even children's birthdays, because that connects them with Krishna's family. One who has life can preach, that one cannot. So if you are alive, Prabhupada used to say that we should preach. The universal form, it serves as a powerful tool to address the empirist, atheist, impersonal mindset. But ultimately, the personal form of Krishna, his loving dealings, are the heart of pure devotion. So preaching this personalism, cultivating genuine relationship is the real mission. Even in 25th shloka, the same thing gets mentioned again. That the Virāṭ-rūpa is only as a meditational aid for beginners. It's a proof of the Lord's supremacy. The original Supreme Personality of Godhead is Krishna. All expansions, incarnations, they originate from Krishna, the original, the complete. Purnamidam Purnam Purnat Pudam Uchyate. Krishna expands without loss of potency through his Atma Maya, the internal energy. And Arjuna confirms this, that you are the supreme. All great sages like Narad, Asit, Deval, Vyas confirm this. And Krishna also says, I am the source of spiritual and material worlds. Aham Bij Pradam Pita. So though complete expansions emerge from him, he still remains complete. Purnamadha Purnam Purnata Purnam Udachyate. So what is important is refutation of the bogus claims of divinity. Only one who can exhibit Virāṭ-rūpa is Krishna. Anything else is just an imitation or an external show. For example, Panduka's false arms does not make him God. Meditating on Virat should not lead to accepting pretenders. Prabhupada cautions against being misled by those who cannot replicate Krishna's cosmic acts and still claim divinity. This whole creation, destruction, it is through Mahavishnu. We have seen this hierarchy of expansions: Krishna, Balram, then first Chaturya, then Narayan, then second Chaturya, then Mahavishnu, then Garbhodakshay Vishnu, Kshirodakshay Vishnu. Mahavishnu has an important role. Universes emerge from his exhalation and vanish with his inhalation. His partial expansion indicating Krishna's inconceivable potency. Yaseka niveshita kalam athavalambya. All universes emanate from Mahavishnu's breathing. But the Mayavadis misinterpret, and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu disintegrates their misinterpretation. They wrongly equate everyone with God, while actually the truth is that we have to be seeing Paramatma in all, and not all are God. Daridra Narayan is a completely misleading, philosophically false term, but they start using it. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it defeated such Mayavad by humble presentation, deep scriptural insight. He emphasized bhakti over intellectualism. His humility, purity, scriptural logic transformed Mayavadi sannyasis. In fact, in Shvetashvata Upanishad, we have a reference that through the Lord is arupam. This refers to no material form, not absence of form. So he has a form, but that is a spiritual form. And for that, we need a good guru who is a representative of God. He is not God himself. So proper understanding of Guru Tattva is also important. He is Sakshadhari because he represents Krishna's teaching, not because he is Krishna. Bhagavad Gita says we should approach a spiritual master, but then he has to be a bona fide guru who never claims divinity. Lord Krishna can be known only through proper disciplic succession. Speculative knowledge never makes us understand Krishna. He can never be understood through logic. Only Acharya Parampara. The personal form of Krishna is spiritual, it's not material. Mattah parataram na anyat. Nothing is superior to Krishna, and that is what we need to understand. True knowledge of the Rupam Lord leads to liberation. But if we misinterpret, then we are going to be in a lot of trouble. Let us understand the importance of all of these activities. The Virāṭ-rūpa is not highest realization, but it is a stepping stone to understand the personal form of Krishna. Krishna is supreme. Only he can perform acts like displaying the universal form. The real spiritual knowledge is revealed only through bhakti, association with pure devotees, sadhu sangha, and surrender to the personal God, Śrī Kṛṣṇa. Because this is what Krishna has given us as the ultimate instruction. Sarva dharman parityajya mam ekam sharanam vraja. So these shlokas today that we are discussing are leading us to the same path. Shukdev Goswami ji is also trying to tell the same thing to Parikshit Maharaj, and we'll be discussing it further. Thank you very much. Hare